There's a strange and unusual turtle in the world called the pig-nosed turtle. Its nose really does look like a pig's, but what's even weirder is that, unlike other freshwater turtles, this one has flippers like sea turtles instead of regular legs and claws. That's precisely why its unique swimming style is very much like that of graceful sea turtles. Smooth and fluid, without any extra paddling. It's like it's flying through the air, but actually, it's underwater. And of course, this turtle has a much softer and more flexible shell than other turtles. But the pig-nosed turtle is just one of the many different types of turtles. In this fascinating program, we're going to dive into the hidden and truly amazing world of turtles and introduce 10 different species. With the interesting facts you'll hear about these incredible turtles, I think you'll be amazed. So stay with me until the end of this video. The first one is the Florida red-bellied turtle. This cute little turtle you see is one of the native turtles of Florida, especially the peninsula part of Florida, which is full of ponds and swamps. The red-bellied turtles are quite large turtles. They're also very colorful and attractive. That's why they're really popular in the pet market. Of course, keeping them as pets is regulated or requires a permit in many US states. Because they're considered a native and sensitive species, these turtles are carnivorous when they're young, but as they grow older, they become more herbivorous. This phenomenon is technically called anti-genetic diuretic shift or dietary change with age, which is seen in many species of semi-aquatic turtles. These turtles belong to the group of freshwater hard-shelled turtles. Females of this species are larger than the males and can grow up to about 35 centimeters, which is around 15 inches, and their weight can reach up to 4 kilograms, or about 9 pounds. Let's move on to this fascinating one, the remarkable Florida softshell turtle. Its Latin name is Aplon furax, which quite amusingly means soft and flexible, but also incredibly fierce and formidable. It's one of the largest and grumpiest freshwater turtles, and with that tube-shaped snout and incredibly long neck, it fools a lot of people into thinking it's cute. But be careful, because under those fleshy lips, its upper and lower jaws are actually sharp and cutting. You could say they're like scissors or a thin blade, so if your hand gets too close, there's a good chance it'll bite. Unlike regular turtles, whose shells are hard and bony, this one's shell is soft and flexible. This turtle is a carnivore, but it'll eat pretty much anything it can find, from fish to clams, snails, and crabs. It's also really quick and sharp. Usually, it hides itself at the bottom of the water under the mud and only sticks out its tube-like snout to breathe. What's even more interesting is that it can also breathe a little through its cloaca. These turtles are found in Florida and the southeastern United States, and unfortunately, because of their large size, they're often hunted. People pull them out of ponds and rivers and make soup with them. Of course, now because their population is low, other types of turtles are also used in luxury dishes. So, in short, it's both dangerous and endangered. Let's move on to another turtle. The northern diamondback terrapin, or Melanoclames terrapin, is one of the most unique turtles in North America. It lives in waters that are not completely salty and not completely fresh, exactly like the swamps of mangrove forests, coastal wetlands, and river mouths. But what makes this turtle special is its patterned skin and its wavy, shiny shell that sparkles like a diamond. That's exactly where it gets its diamondback name from. But this beautiful turtle is actually a skilled hunter. With its strong jaws, it crushes shells, snails, crabs, and even hard-shelled worms. The females of this species are larger than the males and usually reach up to 23 centimeters or 9 inches in length. At one time in America, diamondback turtle soup was considered a luxury dish, and overhunting caused their population to drop drastically. But fortunately, many states now have protective laws for them. But still, every year, thousands of diamondback turtles get caught in traps and die. Let me tell you an interesting fact, too. Diamondback turtles are the only freshwater or brackish water turtles that are found exactly in these coastal areas from the eastern United States all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. So if one day you find yourself in America, or even Mexico, walking through the swamps and you spot a turtle with a patterned shell, chances are you've come across a member of the diamondback family. Let's move on to number 4, the common snapping turtle. It's interesting that they call it common because it's the most widespread species of snapping turtle in North America. It spends most of its life angry, tired, and living under muddy water. It's one of the largest and most aggressive freshwater turtles in North America. Unlike calm and easygoing turtles that retreat into their shells when you get close, this one not only doesn't back away, but might even give you a serious bite. Its long neck, sharp beak-like jaws, and a long tail that looks like a dinosaur's really make it look scary. The males are bigger than the females, and their weight can reach up to 16 kilograms or 35 pounds, or even more. In the wild, it usually hides itself at the bottom of the water. It only leaves a small hole above the surface to breathe through. Fish, frogs, birds, animal carcasses. Basically, it eats anything it can get its hands on. Interestingly, contrary to what people think, it's not that slow on land. In fact, when it feels threatened, it becomes surprisingly fast and can cause serious harm with its powerful jaws. Let me tell you, this particular creature doesn't usually initiate an attack, but it is strongly advisable not to get too close, because its only and primary defense option when feeling threatened is to launch a full-fledged attack. This is number 5 on our list, the alligator snapping turtle. This one is truly a monster, but it's the quiet, ambush type. You could say it's one of the largest freshwater turtles in the world. Some specimens have weighed up to 113 kilograms, or 250 pounds. That's about the size of a small fridge. Of course, the average weight of males is about 70 to 90 kilograms, which is around 150 to 200 pounds. Its natural habitat is in the southern regions of the United States, from Florida, Georgia, and Alabama all the way to Louisiana and Texas. How does it behave? It's a master of ambush, lying at the bottom of the water among mud and moss. Its shell gets covered with algae and plants, making it look exactly like a piece of rock or a rotten log. Then it leaves its mouth open, and you see something strange, a small, fleshy tongue that wiggles like a worm. That's its hunting trick. Curious fish get close to it, and suddenly the turtle's powerful jaws snap shut and it swallows its prey. This turtle's jaws are so strong that they can even snap a thick stick in half. That's why it's really not recommended to get close to it. So far, we've only gotten to know 5 species. Stay with us until the end of this program so I can tell you about turtle species that'll blow your mind. Let's move on to number 6, the Chinese golden thread turtle. This turtle is considered one of the rarest aquatic turtle species in the world and mostly lives in the slow-moving rivers and lakes of China. What makes it really special are the beautiful golden yellow lines on its skin and shell, which make it look like a living work of art. The golden thread turtle is carnivorous, and its diet includes insects, small fish, carrion, and even food pellets. An interesting fact is that females are larger than males, but males have longer tails, which helps in identifying their gender. This fascinating turtle is native to the southeastern United States, and it's considered one of the most captivating and adorable freshwater turtles. Its unique name might sound quite strange, but that's because it makes a distinctive chicken-like sound at night or when it feels threatened. It lives in swamps, marshes, and slow-moving waters like tranquil ponds and calm rivers. One interesting thing about this turtle is that when it feels threatened, it quickly leaves the water and hides on land. Its size ranges from 15 to 25 centimeters, which is about 6 to 10 inches, and its body is elongated and egg-shaped, with colors and network-like lines that give it a unique appearance. Especially the vertical yellow stripes on its neck are truly one of its most distinctive features. You could say the chicken turtle is omnivorous, eating everything from insects and small fish to aquatic plants and algae. This omnivorous diet helps it survive in different environments. It's worth noting that, unlike some other turtles, this one can live on land for longer periods and walks quite well. But now let's move on to number 8. The giant wood turtle. Its name is kind of misleading because even though it's called wood, it's not actually made of wood. In fact, this turtle is called the wood turtle because it spends most of its time on land, in the humid forests and along the streams of Southeast Asia. It's large in size, and just its shell alone can reach up to 35 centimeters, or about 14 inches, which makes it quite big and sturdy compared to many other land turtles. Its habitat includes Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, and Malaysia, and it mostly lives in warm and humid areas, especially tropical forests. This turtle lives near water but spends most of its time on land. Its appearance is also unusual. It has a dark brown shell with streaks and lines that look like rotting wood. It's as if it's blended in with nature. That's why it's hard to spot in the wild. Its diet is omnivorous. Everything from fruit and leaves to worms, snails, insects, and sometimes even animal carcasses. Basically, whatever it can find. An interesting fact about this turtle is that it's much smarter than you'd think, showing curious behavior and reacting to its environment, and it actually has a pretty good memory. Let's check out number 9 on our list. Let me introduce it, the Indian spotted turtle. This turtle's body, head, and even its shell are covered with tiny, neat white spots that really stand out against its dark background. It's like someone carefully dotted it with a paintbrush. This turtle is native to northern India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Nepal. It's usually found in shallow waters, rivers, ponds, and even rice paddies. Basically, places that have water, mud, and plants are best for it to hide. The Indian spotted turtle typically grows up to about 22 centimeters or 9 inches on average. Males are smaller than females, but they have longer and thicker tails. This turtle is also omnivorous and loves meaty foods. Its diet includes mollusks, insects, worms, snails, small fish, and sometimes aquatic plants. Both in the wild and in captivity, they're usually very voracious and active. Interestingly, some researchers say that these turtles, during dry seasons and when water is scarce, can survive for several weeks without food or water by digging into the mud and hiding there. It's kind of like hibernation. But unfortunately, in the summer, because they're so attractive, this particular turtle species is very popular in the illegal pet trade, and that's unfortunately causing its population to decline quite sharply. It's widely said that this fascinating turtle typically lives for approximately 15 to 20 years. Now, let's move on to today's final, truly adorable turtle, which is sure to capture your heart. The giant Galápagos tortoise. This one isn't just a turtle, it's a living legend. The Galápagos tortoise lives on the Galápagos Islands in the Pacific Ocean. It's like it came straight out of the age of dinosaurs. This giant tortoise's shell can reach up to 1.5 meters or 5 feet in length. Some of them can weigh up to 400 kilograms, which is about 880 pounds. Their shells can have 2 main shapes. The domed shell, which is seen in wetter areas, and the saddleback shell, which is found in drier regions. This shape helps the tortoise stretch its neck further to reach higher leaves. They're herbivores and love grass, cactus, fruit, and leaves. They can survive for weeks without water because they get the moisture they need from their food. They walk very slowly, but move with such dignity that it feels like they're controlling time. Their lifespan is strange and unbelievable. Naturally, they live between 100 and 150 years, but some have even lived up to 180 years. In short, this tortoise is kind of a symbol of patience, survival, and the beauty of natural evolution. I think tortoises are much more than what people imagine. Not only is their diversity incredible, but each one has a strange and unique story. From the pig nose to the Galápagos tortoise with its legendary lifespan. It's like tortoises have preserved some of nature's ancient secrets within themselves. Now you tell me, which of these tortoise stories did you find the most interesting? Be sure to write it in the comments. And if you have any experience keeping a tortoise as a pet, share it with us. Tortoises are calm creatures, but they're extraordinary. With their slow pace, they've shown us that there's no need to rush to survive. We learn from tortoises that you can get through life's challenges with steadiness and calm. Whether they're in the depths of the ocean or on scorching plains, each tortoise represents a part of nature's wonders.